this today is because over the years, I've listened to quite a number of financial influencers. And one thing that stands out is that the numbers they suggest for retirement often sound really huge. So instead of just following them, I thought, why not come up with my own retirement plan here? Well, this is not a financial advice, but as a transparent case study so that all of us, myself, as well as yourself, the viewers, can chime in with a feedback, whether or not does my plan make sense? Did I miss out anything? Or can it actually work for average couple in Singapore? So I'm going to share very sensitive information for myself. My current assets as of 2025, um, as a DINK, dual income, no kids, my wife and I are both in our late 40s, and we've built up these assets. For cash investments, we have about 400,000, and these are mostly in growth stocks. CPF ordinary account of around 440K. These are invested in dividend shares, yielding at about 6%. Our SRS account combined of 60K, which is also invested in dividends at about 6% yield. And both of us combined PFRA, we have about 230K each, totaling to about 480K each by 65 years old. So in order for us to achieve our retirement, we have decided to subscribe to CPF Life at 70 years old. So in order to do that, in order to achieve 4K each of income from CPF Life, we have decided to top up 70K at 55 years old to boost up our CPF RA. And then, as mentioned, this will achieve a payout of about 4K per person per month. Now, that's our baseline, not extreme, not ultra rich, just what I think is achievable for a normal dual income couple in Singapore who saves. Now, this is our spend down strategy. First of all, starting at age 55, our plan is to spend from our cash investment first. And next, we're going to draw down from our CPF OA if needed. And we're going to leave our SRS untouched, as this is for emergency only from the age of 70 years old. And then at 70 years old, CPF Life will kick in with a guaranteed sum of 8,000 per month for the both of us. Okay, one important detail that I have to share is that all of our CPF OA monies as well as SRS are invested in dividend stocks yielding at 6% dividends. Now, this produces cash flow year after year. So therefore, our drawdown strategy, we will try not to redraw them too early, as is part of our drawdown strategy. Our cash investments are in growth stock. Now, they don't give us much income now, but we can always sell them down between 55 and 70 years old to fund our retirement. And that's the reason why I'm prioritizing spending cash first, then CPF OA if necessary, while leaving the dividend engine running as long as possible. Now, I've also included a year-by-year breakdown of our drawdowns, and the link to the Excel file is in the description below. Now, the core idea that I would like to share is we'll be spending down to zero at 70 and then cruise with CPF Life thereafter. Now, I just want to share with you why we had our family strategy in that sense. Is because we're adapting from a concept called die with zero. Now, we really like the idea of dying with zero, but I'll be really honest here. But the reality is that it is very hard to execute with the uncertainty in life. For example, investment in markets, our health, our lifespan. So that's why I adapted the concept. Instead of trying to die with zero, my plan is to spend down to zero by 70. That way, once CPF Life kicks in, most of our retirement fund is secured by a guaranteed payout for life. To make this work, I also need to set aside at about 70,000 at age 55 to top up my CPF retirement account. This will ensure both my wife and I will reach the 4,000 per person monthly payout from CPF Life. I guess this is a simpler, more predictable, and still gives me a satisfaction of using up my liquid investments earlier while locking in a reliable, no-go phase income. Um, well, I'm not sharing this as advice. This is just our family plan. But if you're watching this, I'd like to hear from you. What would you do differently? Would you want to take on more risk or to spend more early on? Now let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.